Hi everyone, so excuse the mess. And today I want to talk about the cosmetics. Uh, First of all, cosmetics, one of the most historical, reputable mass production name brand was the MAC, MAC. And it was a time when America had this is according to what I know, and they had the filming of black and white films, and at that time they couldn't adjust the video by contrast and other software programs. So what they did was using the reflector, the aluminum foil reflector, to reflect the sunlight and lighting. So I guess filming was enabled before the first light bulb, and then they developed light bulbs. Each camera lens is a reflector that goes in and out and able to channel it to record a film. And then later on it was a rolling film, and now it's digital. And MAC, MAC, was one of the most popularized in US, and because of its white pale fixing and more glamour and more toned, balanced, it was popularized in the filming industry, and it was mass produced and developed a brand named MAC, MAC. And I want to share some of my budget that had gone to cosmetics assessment and studies, because I know that one day my enterprise empire might be responsible for comparing prices and using these as value in trading, international trading and storage and selling or crediting to people, our people, the corporate caring ones. So in America, they joke and say these are metro kind of hobbies, and I take that as a compliment sometimes. So this is free when you buy up to a value. These are just hydrogen and kind of healing and rejuvenating kind of face mask. And then there is the Giorgio Armani luxury branding concealer for scars, if you have any. Is my hair different from yesterday? Alright, so let's open one. And with these, you can see that there's a tissue kind of paper mask, origami style, edged with a V shape, so that it can wrap in a very oval and curved, according to your face, contour. And then these are manicure buffing bricks, and these, you're able to make your fingernail completely glossy and shine. And why do people do that? It's just that you're well managed, and you just have the social status to kind of model for these kind of, Cosmetics. Shop sold goods, consumer goods. First time someone did this to me was at the mall named Santa Anita Fashion Park in Los Angeles, and the pure age ethnic Caucasian salesperson, and she was very bright and bright spirited, and she said, "Would you like to try this? And if you try this, I can get credit for, you know." I gave her, you know, one of my hand, and then she did my finger. I was like, wow. And I just kind of walked away because I was shy. Not really totally shy, but I didn't know what was the proper, you know, wording I should address her. But I just said thanks. Yeah. And then these are absorbing foams. That is microfiber. Repeat, microfiber. It is not typical foam. You cannot grow plants or seeds through the fiber. These are microfiber for wiping off liquid foundation or makeup for the ladies. And I knew about these when one of my previous trainee in the car, she was cleaning these, and all the paint and not paint but the coloring would come off. What else? More nail buffer. These are very unusual, and people who knows about these are probably from Los Angeles. And the way you do it is, let me try one. And the sand is very different. They have the black sandpaper and the typical natural color sandpaper or sand block. According to my understanding, the standardization is that the charcoal color is intended to be used with water, and the regular typical natural color, no water. No water. Maybe I'll try that later. They say these are Q-tips, letter Q-tips. I don't know why these are this color, and I always think that coloring is intended for the teenagers when they're choosing their professions and studies, especially in the British educational system. But it was neat because the edges is very sharp on the foam tips. Yeah. So, and it's always good, and it's a privilege, and it is a due diligence for commanders and entrepreneur, businessmen, corporate leaders to understand the market, as in the overall consumer market, consumption of the population, what your human resource department registered employees might be spending, or what they might be endangered by philosophy or other people's beliefs. And sometimes you just have to kind of, hey, take it out of your head, get it straight, you know. And then these are probably cherry cheeks, kind of what do you call this? Cutesy, you know, like cute. You're so cute, cutesy. Shadows, yeah, eyeshadows, and eyeshadows, according to what I know, is that springtime, pastel, and then they say baby blue, no, pastel blue, and these are orders, not purchases, yet, maybe not ever. And then they say mini, yeah, and maybe that's why the BMW came up with the mini. They say mini. Mini. And then these, if they're metallic, it's intended for nighttime. If they are brown and brown tone, it is more for winter time or a cooler time, so that at the cooler and harvest time they don't potentially affect the work schedules or the workforces, I guess, or just kind of, or for the Hispanics, how I'm kind of yellow tone. I'm considered pale because I don't go out into the UV sunlight that much. Right now is afternoon time, 5 o'clock. I've been busy all day. Sometimes it's not just the the eyeshadow kind of thing. Is what you apply with, is what you put on with, and the microfiber foams is one of the applicants that you can use for these kind of things. I guess I can admit that unconsciously and kind of having an eye, but not observing or not making notes, I knew how to apply, the cosmetics. One of the high school ladies actually asked to use my bedroom to prepare her own date to the dance, and I thought that it was kind of sisterly, not that I'm, little sisterly. Alright, well, you can try to use my blow dryer, but I'm not kind of fond or, like these kind of things. Next, there is these foundation, I guess. Foundation facial powder. How do you open this? So this is I've seen kind of, the powder, and most often time it's like, with the sales ladies and sales guys, what you want and communicating. So that's how it is. And so I don't want to open it, but it's one of the colors for the face. Would I let my daughter play with these? When they get to a certain age and they can manage their schedule, and they find someone they want to impress, or they want to impress the camera, and have some pictures for, the future collections or whatnot, maybe. And I'll probably tell the schools. And then more of these eyeshadows. Fake eyelash. I had emphasized that eyelashes, the fake eyelashes that you clip on here, instead of a straight line going, side to side, it can be trimmed with scissors, this way, or both ways, to make it more trimmed, contoured. Well, contour is more 3D, but shaped and spiky, and looks more natural and not just, I look good. Magic mirror, do I look good? Kind of. So kind of like this, and then they clip it on, and then it gets stuck to the eye. I tried once. I said, hey, that takes skills. Your hand has to be completely stable, and if you're really trying to impress the other date, then you might be nervous putting it on. And obviously, I don't make you nervous yet. Alright. So I have to acknowledge those sometimes. Then I discovered they might be on my phone. Alright, so these are fake eyelashes or eyelashes mascara. Wow. Given that it was Asian manufacturer, they actually spelled mascara out. Not everyone does that. And speaking with the, in the Chinese culture, the first imported cosmetics was back in 1920s, 1910s, and it started in Shanghai. That the Qings, the Qing dynasty people started getting haircut, and the ladies could have iron to curl their hair. More eyeshadows. What else can you use this for other than eyeshadows? It has glitter, and whenever I see glitter, I know that those are kind of the remaining dollars of some people, and glitter sometimes means they can't handle their hospitality jobs. So sometimes they have glitter here or here. Yeah, so that's what it means. Implied, but not all the time, especially if they're just teenagers and they just want to have a unique look or color. It's kind of like me today. I wore this scarf, but I don't have any hickeys. And if I ever have hickeys, I know how to use the chapstick cap. Twist, twist, and then that takes out the hickeys. So that's how I grew up in Los Angeles. It's a lot of exchanges. So these are more eyeshadows. And if you ask me the price, it's $99 Hong Kong dollars, so that is equivalent to $12.50, $12 US. So that's £10 in UK. So more of these applicables. And I had asked to try that later on in life, and the ladies always tell me, don't put on your face, it's bad luck. Or people might think that you're homosexual. And I say, no, I'm so heterosexual. Yeah, come to my room, I'll show you, kind of, I'm so heterosexual. Yeah. Alright, so for men, sometimes if they try it, they're supposed to try it and go like this. If the men put it on their face, it's bad luck, or it's a point off. So really, cosmetics started in Shanghai, and sometimes in cultural exchanges, I guess the man has testosterone, the female has estrogens, and as hormone differences, and there might be, exchanges or events that let out frustration and the knowledge that they might study, and then in that kind of sense, the ladies might not want to be remembered, so they put on cosmetics. So once they take out, they pretend they don't know you. Kind of. And usually one of the sister takes it out for all the younger ones, and that's the one everybody dates, right? Who knows? More these brushes. This is Elite. Elite is a modeling agency. Whenever I see the name, I recognize their work, projects, standby, professional skills, and extensive contact list. And there's elite models, there's the other models. All right. These are supposed to be lip gloss. They pop open. Yeah, these are lip gloss. So if you look at it, it's glossy. They put on their lips, and it's completely a standout among the ladies. Kind of like the the swan next to the ducks. And these are very youthful, playful colors, I guess. The neon burgundy, the glossy orange, and the shiny, glittery pink. Why am I lacking smile today? I had a bad meal. I ate my food remains from the other day. You want me to smile? That's supposed to cost you. I'm just kidding. Alright, so this one is Sports Addicted Concealer. So it's another scar concealing. The scar concealing foundation, liquid foundation, is like a patch, liquid patch. It's either smearing kind or the brush. But nowadays, in the 21st century, there is plenty of I'm watching the TV also, so plenty of laser strength to completely excite or say peel your outer layers and then have you heal a newer layer. For example, 2 weeks ago I had chopped off chopping fingers and slicing, and there were some noise. I accidentally, my thumb had sliced a chunk of my thumb meat out, and it's all completely healed. And that's the give and take for kitchen responsibilities. And I repeat, it's responsibilities. It's not necessarily a job or a volunteering. It's just a task, and it was a responsibility because I have to eat something in my tummy. I explained to you, right? Tummy is the pediatrician words that I had from people that were pediatrician qualifications or nursing. These are manicures tools for ladies. There is the cuticles, not cubicles, cuticles, around the edges of your finger cutting. Fingernails. Wow, this is kind of sharp. Nose, hair nails, fingernails, toenails, tweezer, scraper. They say scraper. Grinder. What's this? The V-pick, I guess. Angled V-pick. The nail edges cutting. And the ear picks. And these could be a welcome kit for some special guests sometimes. L'Oreal, historical and very famous, legendary achievement in the cosmetic industry, and of course it is a billion-dollar business enterprise over there in France. Yeah. And some people ask if they repackage some of these. I would. Send it to me if they're a good price. Say the overstock price. And of course, sometimes it's not always according to the cosmetics. It is also the rejuvenation, steaming on your face, and using some kind of other issues. Wait, what was this again? Foundation or face foundation? Yeah. And with the mirror, what do they use the mirror for? Who's looking at her exams? For possibly. I kind of look and sounds like a Frankenstein today, like a zombie, because yeah, there was some noise, and you're not always entitled to the privilege of having a cultivation mindset. Yeah, but lucky for them, I don't get pissed easily. So these are scraper for the foot bottom, scabs, you know, thick skin, scabs. I'm considered one of the most articulate Chinese American with the vocabulary, and I say vocabulary bank. So more of these cuticles cutting, but this one, oh, okay, so they all have this flip out thing that makes it somewhat rebound and spring and you know, what do you call it, how do you say it, elastic, or a retractable but not retractable, but a reflexed kind of tool. More lip glosses, and these are sparkle line of, is this some kind of prestigious branding? Let me think. It might be Estee Lauder, France, L'Oreal, Chanel, Christian Dior. They all make lip glosses, and I found it very attractive. In high school, the ladies and the newer immigrants, they didn't have the best taste, or they haven't seen the best availabilities at the mall, the shopping arcade, and sooner or later I was able to see these lip glosses to be one of the best, and supposedly they don't come off the lips, so the guys don't know if the girlfriend had kissed their own hands or not. And these are St. Yves Laurent YSL, yeah. And these are also the lip gloss with glitter. These are fingernail polish, and I always emphasize that I like pastel. And if they're kind of by Vinvi Westwood, the Vinvi Westwood, yeah, then they're more gothic, yeah. For toenails and before toenails, there are the tweezer again for the eyebrows. I used to pick my eyebrows, and at that time I was doing massive exercise, and the hair comes back out. So the difference between shaving, you're not taking it out from the roots, so they come back out, If you tweezer them out, then they might not grow back out. But if you do massive exercise, your heat, your body heat, circulates the blood. The blood feeds the pores. Then more hair comes out. And then you have your toenails rust, the sitter. So, and then you can cut your toenails. So, these fingernails polish, I couldn't pick a color, so I picked white. Yeah. And I always put the date on it and my name. So this one is 2011 January 8th. So just so you know, I don't play with cosmetics. And one more items. When I was in China, I found one of the most affordable branding of face cream inside one of the biggest department stores that were in that city, and it was French oil of Olay. It's pink bottle. It's the best for skin, and it's water based, not oil based. Oil based clogs your pores. Pores, 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 the face. And when it's water based and manufactured by water based substances with the rejuvenation, possibly simply so and so lotion ingredients, then it's good. Let me show you the oil of Olay. And be quiet, stupid phone. So, at this moment, I couldn't find the